Anuna Sharma with us. Thank you, ma'am, for speaking to ET now. Ma'am, one of the first questions, Chinese ministry recently confirmed that a permanent closure of 100 million substandard steel capacity. What kind of an effect would it have on export, and do you see this as an opportunity for domestic steel?
Not, it will not make much difference to the country because we have already anti-dumping in 124 items and BIS in 33 items. And in any business, non-functional or old steel plants needs to be closure. So that cleaning is a constant process, and China is doing internally what is best suited for them. So, but their efficient plants will be producing the overall capacity of their requirements as it is needed. So it will not have a very significant impact.
Now, you talked about certain steps that you're taking specifically towards coking coal. If you can just take us through it.
With the coal ministry, we had discussions, and coal ministry has now agreed that the identified coking coal mines will be auctioned only as coking coal mines. Number two, the investment will be done in the washeries to bring down the ash content to 13%, 1-3. And when they are auctioning the coking coal mines, they will be doing it for a long term, 10 plus 5. So that will also help the private sector also, including PSU, to invest in the washeries. So this will bring down the ash content considerably, and the target is we may be in a position to replace the imports of coking coal by nearly 30 to 35%.
Ma'am, metal stocks have been on a high for a while. The market looks positive, but however, Sajjan Jindal today itself tweeted that steel demand is still a little muted. So, what can we expect from the ministry in the upcoming quarter or the year in order to improve that?
So, it's a joint effort to enhance the demand of steel, and we are at a very low end at 60 kg per capita. China, with a bigger population, is 489 kg per capita. So you can well imagine the steps we have to climb. The Government of India recently has done an amendment in the GFR where they have added the life cycle cost. So in any designing, they have to incorporate the life cycle cost. With that, the steel consumption will get a boost. And jointly, we are all working to develop the steel consumption in the shortest possible period. From 50 kg to 60 kg, we took 7 years. I think next 10 kgs we must take less than 3 years, and that is what we are targeting. The steel consumption, the big tickets are definitely in steel bridges, in the housing sector, in the railways, in drinking water mechanisms. So all these are very big ticket programs. Power also, that all those poles and everything are constructed. Agriculture is also thinking to go for stainless steel silos. So all this will give a boost, and for this jointly we will have to work. Because India is on a growth trajectory, 7% growth rate, and steel will help in less maintenance and therefore more money available to expand the infrastructure. So it is in the interest of the country, it is definitely in the interest of the steel sector per se, that together we are working to enhance this demand. We have to educate the people, we have to really tell them how cost effective it is, and now we have the GFR support and the budget support of 400,000 lakh crores is being invested in the infrastructure. So I think that will go a long way.
The draft national steel policy is something everybody is looking forward to. Can you give us a timeline? When can we expect it to be final?
It has already gone for interministerial consultation. So I think the horizon is not far off.
And one last question on MIP and anti-dumping. Anti-dumping list, can we expect some kind of an extension on that? There are certain questions on it being WTO reliant. So what kind of a step ministry has to take to ensure that domestic steel consumption is protected?
See, 124 lines, MIP we have brought it down to 0 because MIP is an emergency measure and it should be short term, and we ensured that it was short term. But the long term is anti-dumping, which is based on evidence, and in that 124 items have come. So these 124 items will be there as long as there is an evidence, and today the evidence is there, so it is going to continue.
One last question, vehicle scrappage policy, it's a huge opportunity. I think the steel ministry is going to set up steel units across the country. Can you give us a little bit on that?
Yes. Today we make steel based from scrap as well, and we import 7 million tons of scrap. So there is an immediate market of 7 million tons. Our PSU MSTC, that is Metal Scrap Trading Corporation, had an MOU with Mahindra, and we have identified 5 places, east, west, north, south and central India, for aggregating the scrap and going ahead with it. The moment the life cycle end policy comes for the transport vehicles, we are in readiness to buy that scrap and recycle it for the steel making.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.